I'm your host, David Attenborough, and this is From Glory to Gory, an inside look at the events of March 15th, 44 BC. Good morning, everyone. Today we have a special guest. His name is Christopher Burton. We'd like to ask you a few questions, sir.
Alright.
We're wondering, how did you feel about Caesar's recent victory over Pompeii?
Well, to be honest, it felt like we had won a war.
Well, you actually did win a war. We would like to know your first reaction when you heard about Caesar's death.
It made me really sad, and I felt like I'd been stabbed right in the chest.
But then, of course, Brutus came and spoke to you all.
Well, yeah, and he made me realize that Caesar deserved to die. He was becoming too ambitious.
And what about Mark Antony? You heard his speech after.
Well, you know, he made me realize Caesar didn't have to die. He was a good man.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem terribly indecisive. So here we have another very special guest with us, a man who played a huge role in the death of Julius Caesar. I present Caius Cassius.
Buongiorno, I am a Cassius, but the women they call me Casserole because I am a good taste, and apparently I can be prepared in 30 to 45 minutes.
So, it is a well-known fact that you are responsible for convincing Brutus to join you in Caesar's murder. How did you sway such a powerful individual?
Well, it was quite simple. I just took his name and I wrote it next to Caesar's. I said, this is Brutus and this is Caesar, and then what is there? There was no difference.
Well, Brutus has a B. And if you had failed in your task, and Caesar had risen to power, what would you have done?
I would have to kill myself. I would have to take a sword and run it through me.
And so there was no other way to solve this predicament?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the leader of the conspirators, Marcus Brutus. How are you today, Mr. Brutus?
I am fantastic, Mr. Attenborough.
I think the question that's burning in everyone's mind is what made you so intent on killing the powerful Julius Caesar?
Aye, good question at that. And my response would have to be that Caesar was an ambitious man, and he received death for his ambition. It was not that I loved Caesar any less, but that I loved all of Rome more. Why should the life of one leader be valued over all of Rome?
Well, don't you think that...
Brutus! Brutus, me on something, my nerves are up right now, I need some money.
Yes, me lad, I can help you with that.
I just need to take some money and get out of here.
I will do that as long as you return the money after I turn my back. You will promise you will return the money.
Of course, you're a good man, old Bruty.
Oh, in that case I shall trust you with my life savings. I truly believe that trusting strangers is an excellent human quality.
We have a lovely young lady in the studio with us today, and her name is Buica. Oh, sorry, Portia. I'd like to ask a few questions. You are the wife of Brutus.
Yes?
And did Brutus tell you immediately that he was part of the conspiracy?
Well, no, by the way. You see, we had this conversation at one point, and, I managed to convince him that he could trust me.
Really? How did you do that?
Well, you see, as we were having the conversation, I cut myself right here on my leg, and, it hurt a lot, but I never told him. And, you see, I don't know, I think he trusted me after that.
So why were you so intrigued about Brutus's plot?
Well, the thing is I didn't know what the plan was, but I knew there was a plan. And he's been hanging around with those boys, and I don't know those boys, and I don't know their mothers, but I know they wouldn't be happy to see what they've been doing. Because last time I caught them, and they were throwing rocks in Mrs. Smith's place down over there, and they broke 3 windows, and she is still recovering from that hernia.
So what have you been doing with your hand this whole time?
Well, done myself to tell Brutus that he could trust me. Well, just so you know, this whole time, I've been removing my own kidney.
Here we have a close aide to Julius Caesar, Mark Antony. Mark Antony, how did you manage to stir the crowd into a frenzy?
Well, now the first thing I did, I'll tell you what I did. Listen here, would you look at this? I took Julius Caesar's body. You know what I did? I laid it right here on the ground. And I said to the crowd, I said to the plebeians, would you look at this? Just look at it. You know what? Look at it. You know what they did? They looked at it. They looked at it. They looked at it. And you know what? That's a good thing, because that's the thing right there, too. They looked at it, and that is a real thing. Just looking at that changes things, you know? I looked at this, and I'm glad they could see that I was looking at this, too, and just looking at things makes a difference. And then the next thing I did, I took out the will of Julius Caesar. And you know what? There were lots of things inscribed in this will, and I said, would you look at this? And they said, well, what's on this will? Would you look at it? And I said, well, just look at it. You'll see what's on this will. It's a nice will, and just look at it. Sometimes he left every plebeian a bit of money. Would you look at that?
How did you feel when you finally triumphed over Brutus and Cassius's forces?
Well, I just said one thing. I said to myself, and I said this to myself, and say it to my friends, but I just said, would you look at that? Just look at it. Just how sweet to look at that.
For our final guest, we had to pull a few strings. Back from the afterlife, the one, the only, Julius Caesar. The years have treated you well, sir.
Your mother treated me well.
So, why do you think the conspirators wanted to kill you?
Well, they're pretty jealous of me, I guess. I'm pretty awesome. I'm the cousin as a northern star.
I think our audience's biggest question for you is what you meant by your final words. Et tu, Brute? Then fall, Caesar.
Well, I think I can explain that pretty well. The watermelon.
I'm David Attenborough, and this has been From Glory to Gory.
Just so you know, I removed my own kidney. Do you trust me now?
So today in the studio we have a special guest. His name is Christopher Norton, and he is a normal Roman citizen. What is funny about that name?
Christopher Norton, who is that?
He writes piano songs.
Would you look at this poker, okay? This fire poker, would you look at it? Just look at it, okay? You're looking at it? You're looking at it. Now, would you look at this fire? Yeah, I can see the fire right there. Yeah, poker in the fire. Would you look at it? Oh, yeah, would you look at it? Oh, look at that. Would you look at that?
Okay. Yeah.
And they said, well, what's in it, sir? And I said, well, just look at it. You can see. You each get some money from Julius. And I said, well, you usually better look at that because that's a pyramid of income. And then, sorry.
Well, first of all, you have to understand, I've always wanted to kill myself, and I think about it all the time. When I'm with the ladies in the theater, we are watching 27 Dresses. And I just wanted to stack myself in the heart.
Earlier it was 28 dresses.
Yeah, I think it is 27.
I think it's 27, I think.
Okay. That's once, that's twice, that's thrice.
Why did you want to know Brutus's plan so badly?
Well, the thing was I knew he was hanging out with a new crew of boys, and I didn't know them, and I didn't know they were me.
Mischief, thou art afoot.
4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks now. You don't need a